What's up, everybody? Here we are again. You know, Jon Jones was training last night, got injured. He was wrestling, and he tore the tendon that connects your pec to the bone, off the bone. 8 months, gonna need surgery. He's out.
8 months.
Okay, so Stipe is absolutely fucked. There's no way he's going to fight Jon Jones anytime soon. He's lost a lot here, hasn't he? He's lost the shot at regaining the belt. He's lost the shot at fighting heavyweight Jon Jones, proving that he can beat that man. Is this the most catastrophic thing that could have happened for Stipe? Because he said no to Aspinall, he said no to Pavlovich, and now he's totally out of the runnings for the heavyweight title.
You know, we know Stipe is right on the precipice, perhaps, of being at the end of his career. I don't blame him. Like, it's like you got to fight Jon Jones for a title, and it's like now you got to fight for an interim title, not the real belt, and against somebody else. It's like, so even if I do beat this other person,
two surging contenders,
and it's like,
well,
even if I do beat this other person and get the interim title, I still have to fight Jon Jones for the real thing anyways.
Yeah, and how much do you think an interim title fight between those two is a bit of a fuck you to Stipe for not taking a replacement in Aspinall or Sergey?
I think you just said it right there. Yeah, like,
it's just like, you're not going to be on the card at all, but we're going to put an interim title in there, and you're not going to fucking fight for the heavyweight title for a long time anyways. Why wouldn't Stipe take a late
because
notice
I
fight?
think Stipe is a full-time firefighter now, and he's happy to do that unless it is a really unique legacy-defining opportunity like it would have been to fight Jon Jones for the belt. I don't think he really wants an interim title. I don't think he really wants to fight Aspinall or Sergey. I think the only thing he wants to do is fight Jon Jones for the heavyweight belt. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just says, no, I'm not going to do anything other than that. Stipe has not fought in a long time already. He's already been sitting out waiting for this opportunity. So his last fight was when he got KO'd by Ngannou.
So you can't argue that man now for a heavyweight title shot. The very fact that he was fighting Jon Jones in the first place was because Jon Jones wanted that to happen. And I think if it wasn't for Jon Jones going, this is what I have to do, but the exclamation point on my GOAT legacy, it is a win over the longest defending heavyweight champion in Stipe. That's the only reason Stipe is in this position, because you can't fight a losing fight against Francis Ngannou with a knockout loss in March of 2021 and then return in 2024 and fight for an undisputed belt. You can't do it.
He's not won in 3 years as of today.
Yeah.
So it's like now another 8 months to that. It's going to be like 4 years since a win. And it was already like felt a bit like the end of his career when you made the Daniel Cormier fight 3 times. Because it was like these two guys.
He should have
like,
retired then,
the
honestly.
ropes. Yeah, I mean, he could have done. But I also feel like it shouldn't be too sad, because I really don't feel like Stipe cares that much. Why would he? He's done everything he needed to do. He's defended the belt more than anyone else.
Sadly, this injury is not just the loss of the fight coming up. It is the loss of this fight entirely. This is the worst thing that could have happened for Jon Jones versus Stipe. It's like one of those situations where if Jon Jones comes back, he beats Aspinall or Pavlovich, whoever the interim heavyweight title champion is at that point, and then does like a GSP where he goes, no, I want to fight Nick Diaz because that's what I need to do for my legacy. Then that's the only way we're going to get this fight, is a end of 2024 or 2025, where he points to an old ass Stipe Miocic and goes, definitely need to get this one out.
But you know, a lot of people already feel like that anyway, Tom. A lot of people are like, I didn't really want to see Jon Jones Stipe in the first place.
Exactly. So at this point, it's just like, well, is it gone forever? And newer fans really give a shit about Stipe Miocic anyways.
He's not won in a long time. And when he did, it was a guy he'd already beaten.
Is it going to be a little bit like when Cain Velasquez came back to fight Francis Ngannou, and it was a bit like, oh...
Probably. That's a little different, but I'd say probably, yeah. The thing is, what I do like is if you take Jon Jones just out of the picture for the heavyweight division, this is who should be fighting for a title right
absolutely.
now. Aspinall and Sergey. So at least they've made the fight with the 2 top guys, and what a fight it is. And also, if Jones is out for 8 months, interim title makes a hell of a lot of sense now as well. Guys, if you don't know, if you look at the bottom, you can now sign up and be a channel member here on this channel. There's a ton of benefits. Number 1, you get access to this unedited version of these discussions in a podcast form. But you also get access to the writers' meeting. You also are just supporting us here. And all the content we make, we say it all the time, you know, we've opened up to channel members because we're a small team, a family here. We'd like to extend the family to you at home.
You never know how to round those out, do you?
No. Anyway, thank you to everyone who has signed up already. And if you want to join them, there's a link at the bottom or the button. Easy peasy.
Is this actually like really good for the heavyweight division as well? Is because you did have a colossal looming presence in Jon Jones at the top, that you looked at the contenders and you go, fuck, he's going to beat that guy.
I think this is fantastic because we have actually also managed to get 2 contenders for the first time in a long time who haven't shown any signs of weakness, really, have been decimating everybody. And now we get to actually have them fight for the interim title.
This is the fucking guy that you want to put in there as like, this is a scary fucking Russian dude who knocks people out in the first round. Now he's against another surging contender in Tom Aspinall that's shown that he's good everywhere as well.
Yeah, I mean, what a win this will be for Aspinall, you know.
Oh, you just think that he's gonna...
I think he could take him down. I think he's going to take him down.
Alistair Overeem did it.
Alistair Overeem did it. You know, did anyone else try? I don't think anyone else tried. But no, like you set it up nicely there. I think this is a fantastic fight. I think Jon Jones has been this looming presence. All of a sudden, he's out of the picture, and we're like, oh, wait a minute. We have 2 amazing heavyweight competitors who are gonna fight for a belt that is vacant, at least for now, because Jon can't defend it. So great, wonderful. It's short notice, shit, but it's great.
But you're right. They've booked what is one of the most epic heavyweight fights in recent years as a short notice replacement for
just because they were trying to fill a slot, I guess, on a card where...
That, to be fair, though, that's probably what I would do.
Because it's like,
as well.
Did you need to put heavyweight? Why didn't you could have put 2 welterweights in there. Like, why did it need to be heavyweights? Why did it need to be the 2 top contenders? I don't really mind. Like, obviously, I don't care. It's going to be a great fight, but...
without Jon Jones and Stipe, and say they couldn't find Aspinall and Sergey to come in, that is a bad main card. Is it not?
Yuri versus Alex is absolutely legendary, right? That's amazing. Diego Lopez versus Pat Sabatini is going to be a great fight, but it's not co-main event in star power.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It's fucking Madison Square Garden.
You could have put anyone in there. Why have you replaced a heavyweight title fight with a heavyweight title fight on short notice?
You've advertised the heavyweight clash of the century, haven't you?
Yeah.
And how the fuck are you going to replace that? I don't know. Why don't we just shove in the next guys?
If you're looking at it from a compassionate point of view, and Dana's gone, well, you know, we were in New York and we promised a big heavyweight title fight and loads of people bought tickets for that and now they're not going to get it. What's the second best thing I can do? The like interim title fight for the heavyweight. You can deliver on that promise to all those fans that bought tickets and paid for it. So I can feel like maybe there is some logic in that as well. There is a silver lining as well in that I think Aspinall had said previously, his job is to make Jon Jones stick around. So if he goes in there, captures the title, there's 2 choices, right? Jon does stick around and we get that fight and it's amazing and we finally get to see Aspinall versus Jones, which some people are excited for. Or option number 2, Jon says, screw this, I'm just going to retire. And then Aspinall becomes the undisputed champion. So win-win in my book.
Yeah, well, I think the main argument for Jon Jones is like, what's the point? I always assumed that his goal was to win the heavyweight title and do it beating Stipe. That's all probably Jones wanted to do. What's the motivation now for him to recover from an injury and then fight Aspinall?
Tom Aspinall, at his last press conference, said, my job is to make Jon Jones stick around and want to fight me. There's no better way to do that than if he has the interim title and looks fantastic in doing it. But you are right. Jon might never come back. Also, that being said, Sergey might have the belt. And then I think there'd be even less reason, especially if he just flatlines Aspinall. And then it's like, right, well, why would I fight this guy?
It will be classic Jon Jones to return after an 8-month-long injury, beat Tom Aspinall or Sergey Pavlovich like that, and then retire. And then the whole fucking division is in chaos, isn't it? How are we ever now going to buy into the baddest man on the planet, the heavyweight champion, if they've just been obliterated by Jon Jones?
Even when DC went up and beat Stipe, and it was like, oh, it's crazy. It's like, yeah, Jon did beat him twice, though. So like now we don't even believe the heavyweight champion's the greatest heavyweight champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's just been ruining the sport for everyone for years, mate. You know?
All those picograms.
Tom, what a lovely bottle of Howler Head you've got there.
It is perfectly positioned there, isn't it, on the
table? Well, they are sponsoring us, you know. And they've been a great sponsor. We've been very privileged to have them, you know. I've been hearing from people as well, the fans. They've been loving the Howler Head. You know, it's been an introduction to them and their taste buds.
Yeah, especially here in the UK, where you can get it in larger Tesco's, Master of Malt, and you can also get it on Amazon as well. So thank you very much to Howler Head.
I was hoping to waffle a bit more about
No, we didn't need to. We didn't need to.